We're about to start. '97th Lahi lagi siya tuno ba? Kusog ba? 97th regular session of the 20th City Council is now called to order. Please rise. Invocation by Honorable Councilor Kenneth Sakala, followed by the singing of Lupang Hinirang and the singing of the Cagayan de Oro March.
Good afternoon, everyone, and let's put ourselves in the holy presence of God, in the Father, and of the Son, of the Holy Spirit. Amen. O God, creator of all, guide our hearts and minds as we convene in this council session. Grant us the clarity to discern what is just and fair, the compassion to understand different perspectives, and the courage to make decisions for the greater good. May our deliberations be marked by respect, cooperation, and integrity as we strive to serve our community with diligence and honor. Bless our efforts as we work together for the betterment of our community. Amen. In the name of the Father, Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas. Kayang magiliw, elas ng sinangalan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyang ka ng magiting, sa manlulupin, di ka pasisingil, sa nagatang tutok sa simoy at sa langit mong pagaw, ay hinatang tula, kawin sa pagkayang minamahal, ang isang ng matawad mo'y tagumpay na nagkikinig, ang bituin at araw niya kailan ang may di magdidinig, luman ang araw ng walhagin pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang inigaya na pagkay mga amin, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Please be seated. Mr. Secretary, please do the roll call.
Honorable City Vice Mayor Jocelyn B. Rodriguez, Presiding Officer. For the first district councilors, Honorable Agapito Heriberto G. Swan, Honorable Roger G. Abaday, Honorable J.R. Pascual on official business, Honorable Amy Rose P. Moreno, Honorable Romeo V. Calizo, Honorable George S. Goking, Honorable Jose Pepe S. Abu Jr., Honorable Malvern E. Esparcia. For the second district councilors, Honorable Ivona Yasin B. Imano, Honorable Maria Lourdes S. Gaani, Honorable Jolene Mercedes L. Balaba, Honorable James K. Judith II, indisposed, Honorable Ian Mark Yunakaya, Honorable Edgar S. Cabanlas, Honorable Christian Rostico M. Atchas, Honorable Josette G. Magtahas Daba. For the ex officio members, Honorable Yan Lam S. Lim, Liga ng mga Barangay President, Honorable Kenneth Jan D. Sakala, CTSK Federation President, and Honorable Dato Roberto P. Cabaring, IPMR. There is quorum, Madam Presiding Officer.
Quorum is hereby certified. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, councilors, our friends, our guests today, our friends from media, fellow Cagayanos who are watching us right now. Maayong hapon sa tanan. Before we proceed, let us sing a happy birthday song for Torts, Mr. Secretary, Torts San Miguel last Friday. Please rise. Mulid sa song. Wala si Carla? Wala si Councilor Roger Abaday.
Let us sing happy birthday to our Secretary Torx. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Pastor. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Birthday na, happy pa.
Okay, thank you very much. Happy birthday, Torts. So, manatag celebrate ba? Mana. Busog. Anyway, okay. So we have the floor. You have the floor now. A majority floor leader, Councilor Attorney Edgar Cabanlas.
Thank you very much, our beautiful and energetic Vice Mayor, Bibot Rodriguez. Despite the busy schedule, still
Yeah.
blooming and
Thank you.
focused to
Kapoy na.
our job. Grabe itong niyok last week. Okay. Good afternoon also to the members of the City Council, the guests that we have in the gallery, people who again yung rumay hapon sa tanan. Madam Chair, may I move to dispense the reading of the minutes of the previous regular session of this council on September 23, 2024.
And a second? Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second and final reading.
Second. Objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
On the special report portion, Madam Chair, there are three members of the City Council who would like to render a special report. First, Councilor Ian Mark Nakaya regarding these proposed solutions to the traffic concern along Father Masterson Avenue. Then Councilor Bernie Sparcia regarding garbage collection. And the third is Councilor Abaday with regards to the massive cutting of trees along Masterson Avenue. And Councilor Calizo for information. Forensic.
Okay.
So may I request, Madam Chair, that Councilor Ian Mark Nakaya be recognized first.
Councilor Ian Macnacaya, you recognize?
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer, Councilor Ed Cabanlas, our colleagues and the friends from the media and fellow Cagayanans ngayong hapon. Just last week, Madam Presiding Officer, Councilor General Romeo Calizo and I were invited to a grand launching of the Grand Europa transport in somewhere in Pueblo de Oro establishment, and while Councilor Calizo has had to go to his other official functions, I have to remain and to represent him. But in the occasion, Madam Presiding Officer, I had a chance to discuss with some transport leaders who have demanded that the city government should act on the problem of the master zone road or avenue. And they in fact have said unanimously that it would not be beneficial to everybody, and most especially to the transport groups who would like to rake more rounds from point A to the destination B and go back to A. Fortunately, they had to wait along the traffic line of Master Zone and some other streets, Madam Presiding Officer. So I proposed to them, what do you think if, like in European countries where we incidentally witness, Madam Presiding Officer, that you rarely see traffic lights along intersections. Again, where we rarely see traffic lights along intersections because they are using, for our own term, rotonda, but for the term formally named the rotonda, Madam Presiding Officer, it is a roundabout or roundabouts. So you have to turn, if it is right, like in the Philippines, you have to turn right. And if you negotiate from one end to north, to south, to west, to east, all within the complex of the roundabouts, Madam Presiding Officer. In other words, we can see it in Rotonda, in the complex of the Goleses property, or the Tamparongs in Nazareth. That's what we would like to see. In fact, I have searched some few points that we should consider, Madam Presiding Officer. In Europe, the Netherlands is, in the European country, the prominent country that relies heavily on roundabouts instead of traffic lights to manage road intersections. The country's road network prioritizes roundabouts for traffic management as they are considered safer, more efficient, and environmentally friendly. Roundabouts are widespread in both urban and rural areas, making them a key feature of Dutch road infrastructure. Other than the Netherlands, France and United Kingdom are two European countries that also rely heavily on roundabouts instead of traffic lights. For France, they have about 30,000. For the United Kingdom, they have about 20,000, Madam Presiding Officer. In the United States, Wisconsin is one of the leading states that uses roundabouts extensively over the past 2 decades. They have about 400 roundabouts. For standard single lane roundabouts, we may need about 1,500 to 2,500 square meters. In other words, the boulevard that we are trying to introduce for these roundabouts, 1,500 to 2,500. For the multi-lane roundabouts, we can require the allotment of 3,000 square meters or more, depending on the number of lanes and entry-exits points. This is about 2 lanes roundabouts. Factors such as road width, the diameter of the central island, pedestrian walkways, and landscaping can influence the total land. Anyway, I have identified, Madam Presiding Officer, that we can establish or convert an intersection or a busy road such as Vamenta Boulevard, Masterson Avenue. Muna siyang entry to the Carmen Nazareth Bridge. We also have the PN Roa Senior Avenue or the Macapagal Highway, Masterson Avenue. That is prior to SM, Madam Presiding Officer, when you go uphill. Then the Grand Via in front of H Proper Coffee, intersecting the boulevard. We also have Paseo de Oro, Masterson Avenue. We are proposing at least 4 of these intersections, Madam Presiding Officer, that maybe perhaps our RTA, our infrastructure, our engineering, our planning office can study and determine whether there are available land area that we can utilize for roundabouts. And if, for example, this is more feasible than providing traffic lights or hand signals of RTA, we suggest highly that this should be considered and appropriated for purposes of enhancing the traffic flow and management of this area. This is all about the increasing capacity of our people, Madam Presiding Officer, the motorists, and the public, for them to use their time well and spend it well for their family and not staying along the streets. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, Councilor Romeo Calizo, you have the floor. Say Bisaya sa roundabout.
Thank you, Madam
Rotonda is the
Chair.
Bisaya. So that is a clear example. The rotonda is a clear example of the roundabout. Okay.
This is actually an offshoot of a continuous discussion at the
Yeah.
Committee on Traffic Management.
Yeah.
In fact, last meeting of the committee, it was really successful because one of our concerns, also an offshoot of the special report of one of our colleagues, as regards how the boulevard shall be used and when it will be open. DPWH promised us to give a response to the same query on our next meeting, Madam Chair. Because indeed they have to follow a set of timelines. In fact, the certificate of completion has already been issued that last March of 2023 yet. But how come it's not yet open? Now they will answer that. They'll give us the correct answer on the accurate answer rather on the next meeting, Madam Chair. Now, again, in that discussion, we talk about the 4 E's in traffic management, 4 letter E. And these are contained in our codified ordinance of 1994, where our traffic code is included, Madam Chair. And there's the 5th E event in our amended ordinance, and that is economic development. Now, what our good reporter has just mentioned is related to engineering, traffic engineering. Yeah, I agree. If you go to UAE, of the 7 Emirates along the highways, you cannot see a single traffic light. All roundabouts, or we call here rotonda. Dinimangod sa ato, ang rotonda lahi ang pagkagamit because we do not know the importance of a rotonda, Madam Chair. So while I agree with the initial proposal, still I think it would be better if this will be discussed further in the committee so that uh, we can explain, the engineering guys can explain what is really a rotonda or a roundabout. Because indeed, it will be a good uh, engineering, what they call this, guide for motorists to follow to ease up traffic, Madam Chair. So again, really related to, it's engineering related, but how to educate our motorists, how to educate our people is again another concern. It's another E in traffic management of that chair. So all these E's are interrelated. Uh, so is it the prayer of the good reporter that this be referred to the appropriate committee? And if there are other committees that are involved in the discussion, Madam Chair, I subscribe to that, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Councilor Romeo Calizo. Any more comments? So Master Zone, is that possible to have a runabout in Master Zone? Which way? The highway itself, but then if you say rotonda, it's 4? Not necessarily. Pero sa rotonda diha ba? 1, 2, 3, 4. So it should be 4. Dili, not necessarily. Yes, please, Councilor Ayan Mark Nakaya.
It's not necessarily 4 roads that would connect a rotonda, Madam Presiding Officer. It's a circular movement that nothing would stop unless there is an accident or a real serious traffic congestion outside of the rotonda. But if the flow will go along the direction that the city government has provided, it would just flow within the system. And the system is circular, Madam Presiding Officer.
Yeah.
So my recommendation is perhaps only the committee on the traffic to handle this and discuss deeper the requirement. If, for example, the 1,500 or the 2,000 or the 3,000 square meters are available for this purpose, and if they study in a comprehensive manner, because when we studied, it should not be on a specific area only for a rotonda. It should encompass all the roads that would connect this rotonda. It's not only a problem that you would see in Kugon Market, that you will solve the Kugon Market area in terms of traffic issues, but you have to check the circumferential and how far we should consider to improve and enhance the traffic flow in the area. So perhaps let's take up first, forward this to the Committee on the Traffic of Councilor General Romeo Calizo. He has produced several better recommendations. Maybe this time we can also enhance more program that would catapult the city to a better living, Madam Presiding Officer.
Yeah, I remember China. Na grabe ilang rotonda. Kung nag-crisscross ang mga, pero wala accident ha. So, okay. Refer to the committee, Councilor Romeo Calizo. Wala na ilain committee? Infra.
After the traffic, we will forward it.
Ayan na. O, sige. Okay, thank you very much. So, our Majority Floor Leader, our next speaker.
Our next speaker is Councilor Sparcia.
Okay, Councilor Bernie Sparcia, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. Sa atong mga kauban, sa mga nananaw, mayong hapon kanatong tanan. Madam Presiding Officer, this is just very quick. For the past weeks, sa akong pagpadulong diri sa City Hall o paghatod sa akong mga anak, medyo nagsagunso na gyud ang nagsagunso na gyud nga ako nagsunod sa aning atong mga garbage collectors, labi na kani mga dump truck. Ang kasagara gyud ko makasunod kanang maghulog-hulog nga mga basura. Actually, naday ko isa ka picture, I forgot to put it in a PowerPoint presentation, pero I saw a dump truck nga naay net pero gamay ra kayo, mura ra siya respitar lang siya. And problema kayo kay kisa may magsunod sa maong basura. So daghan kayo, Madam Presiding Officer. Di lang ni once but I'm sure some of you here, ang ako lang galing is ang akong direction is uptown going sa City Hall la. Sometimes moagi ko sa Makasandi, usahay diri po ko moagi sa Sayas kay mangita og unsay shorter way. But most of the time di lang ako makita. Then ikaduha, Madam Presiding Officer, baka we might consider also kay kapila na sad ko makasunod kay lagi dako kay problema gyud sa traffic karon sa dakbayan sa Cagayan de Oro. Labi na nga daghan kayo yung mga projects karon ongoing, daghan kayo yung mga one way, di po na to malikayan, daghan na kapag kay sakyanan, kay nakabarato po ang mga zero down payment, napay mga traffic light nga dili naka-on, tapos kung wala naka-on, wala pag traffic aid. Ang usa pag sa makita nako kay matimingan sa gyud nga kaning atong dagko kay nga dump truck, di po sila manguha og mga basura, labi na kaning nasa mga kilid sa highway during rush hour po. Baka we might consider, Madam Presiding Officer, ato lang ni ipasa sa committee nga baka we might consider na ato silang ignon nga baka pwede silang mag-collect. Though sa laing nasod, gabi gyud ka panguha og basura. But I don't know lang anak, baka na ay mas dako ang sweldo baka sa mga tao nila if gabi po ipakuha ba ng presiding officer. Ang akong prayer ani is kana lang ato lang mapahangyo ang atong current nato karon nga kaning tigkolekta sa basura nga again number 1 kanang atong mga net tana dagko gyud nga net para dili makahulog-hulog. O ikaduha, they might consider na ang scheduling sa pagkuha sa basura di lang nato i-timing sa rush hour na kana pong tinghatod tanan sa eskwelahan kay kung dako magug kayo ang dump truck ta usa ka lane pagmuhunong mukuha medyo makalangay gyud sa traffic, Madam Presiding Officer. Mao lang ang akong duha tana nga hangyo, Madam Presiding Officer. Daghang salamat.
Okay, thank you very much. I noticed also when I was still a barangay chair, magkuha sila sa gabi hantod kadlawon. So by the time morning na, so wala na samok. So hopefully we can discuss that with the committee, Committee on Environment, Councilor Roger Abaday. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, Councilor Roger Abaday, you have the floor. And also, before I forget, kana bitaw matagak, which is true. Kaya nakasunod po ka, ana. Matagak, I hope nga, ang ilang net is sirado gyud. Dili gyud matagak, kaya hugaw mangyapon. Labi na nga matagak siya sa sentro pagyud sa dalan. Madagko. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Majority Floor and our Honorable Presiding Officer, Vice Mayor Jocelyn Ribot Rodriguez, my esteemed colleagues in the 20th City Council, and all people who are watching us online and physically. Maayong hapon kaninyong tanan. Now, my report is about the massive cutting of planted trees in the highway, especially particularly in Masterson Avenue and Macapagal Drive Highway. Now, as we convene today, I am reminded of the words from Joyce Kilmer's poem.
I think that I shall
Tree,
never see
the trees.
a poem so lovely.
Poems are made by fools like me, but only God can make a tree.
That is correct.
Additionally, I would like to quote Leonore Hitrick for her poem, The First Tree. In the last stanza, ever since the tree has flourished, mighty and yet kind, nowhere else can breast or man sweeter solace find. So these reflections encourage us to consider the value of our natural resources. Now, what a profound thoughts. Now, as many of you have observed during our travels along Masterson Highway and Macapagal Drive and other places, significant tree cutting has occurred due to the ongoing road widening and drainage projects undertaken by the DPWH. Specifically, several road trays along Masterson Avenue, gikan dito sa Lumbia pa, from Lumbia, then particularly across the Chinese cemetery have already been cut down. Luoy kay tanaw ng mga kahoy, yung pamutol. Then a permit issued by from a permit issued on May 16. Pwede ba, Bert, may request the Secretariat, can you go post, can you, okay, that one. That is in the Masterson Avenue, no? Okay, look at the, so, there was a permit, no? A permit issued on May 16 indicated that a total of 290 trees would be affected by the project spanning from Price Plaza Junction, no? Call it K1441 plus 376 to 177 meters up to K1441 plus 553, and again from Southern Philippines Union Conferences, PUC kanang sa Seventh-day Adventist diya, entrance gate, we called it K441 plus 638, to near the Balulang Zone 1 Junction, K443 plus 438, close to SM City CDO Uptown. While the need for infrastructure development is clear, we must ensure that progress is balanced with our responsibilities toward environmental stewardship. It is crucial to inquire whether the DPWH and the involved contractors are fully aware of their obligations concerning tree cutting. As outlined in Department Order number 238, series of 2022, this order highlights the necessity of implementing a tree replacement program as part of our environmental sustainability efforts. The key guidelines include, number one, mandatory tree planting. Contractors are required to undertake tree planting activities in addition to the tree replacement program specified under Administrative Order 2020-06 by the DENR. This should be incorporated in the program of works, the POW, for all flood control projects. Areas for plantation shall be identified by the implementing office in coordination with the LGUs, DENR, CLINRO, PINRO, and even this WD. In compliance with Joint Memo Circular number 1, series of 2014, this circular establishes that for every tree cut, at least 100 seedlings or saplings must be planted within or along the road right of way of DPWH administered infrastructure projects. The National Green Program, the NGP, initiated in 2011, the NGP aims to restore 1.5 million hectares of forested land by planting 1.5 billion trees over a span of 6 years, a commitment extended until 2028. At this point, Madam Presiding Officers and my fellow colleagues, we need to determine whether the contractors involved in this project have complied with the existing regulation. Are they adhering the guidelines set forth in the memo circulars and administrative orders? It is essential to emphasize that non-compliance may lead to administrative penalties and disallowance of payment claims. In the light of this concern, I recommend convening a joint committee hearing on Engineering, Public Works, and my committee Environment, inviting relevant contractors and agencies including DNR, DPWH, CEO, and DSWD. Now, why is DSWD? Because under the joint tripartite agreement, the planting of trees will be they will utilize the poor piece will be the one to utilize to plant the trees. So together we can ensure that our infrastructure development aligns with the commitment to preserving our natural environment. Thank you very much for your attention on to this important issue.
Thank you very much, Councilor Roger Abaday. So 1 tree, how many will you be able to plant? 1 tree equivalent to 100 trees. Am I right, seedlings?
Yes, that is the guideline.
Okay. So we refer to the Committee on Environment and Engineering and okay. So the two committees, and make sure that they plant. Dako pa kayo des pagatpat nga bukid nga pwede tamnan. Anyway, thank you very much, Councilor Roger Abaday. Yes, Majority Floor Leader, Attorney Edgar Cabanlas.
Lastly, Madam Chair, our Councilor Romeo Calizo.
Yeah, Councilor Romeo Calizo, you have the floor.
Just a quick report, Madam Chair. It's all about forensics. Yeah, what is forensics? It is a scientific method of facilitating the management of a crime incident, Madam Chair. And it is always an integral part in crime solution. But sad to say that while Hingog City, Iligan City, Malaybalay City, or Sami City has their own forensic offices, Cagayan de Oro, which is the center of the region, does not have. That's why musingit lang ta sa
matagasingit
region in case there
sa
are
region.
crimes that are and it is improper according to the SOP that has been explained by our Philippine National Police, Madam Chair. So they are proposing that we should have our own here in Cagayan de Oro because 75% of crimes that are perpetrated are being taken action here in our city. So I'd like to refer this to basin natin masilip sa atong proposed budget.
Yeah.
Anyway, in support to maintenance of peace and order, support or security maintenance also, Madam Chair, masignatay masilip for 2025. That's why I am referring this to the Committee on Appropriation.
Okay. Okay, thank you. That's very good report. Okay, we refer to the Committee on Appropriations. Councilor Alam Lim, correct? Yeah. And
probably for us to look for space. I don't know, Committee on Engineering or
yeah,
what's the
Committee on
appropriate
Infra.
Yes, Committee on Infrastructure. Yeah,
Okay. Yes, Councilor Roger Abaday.
I have to react with this special report because that is my field of expertise as a
Not
criminologist.
only
No?
karate, ha?
Not only
Mind
martial
you,
arts, but
not only
even
karate.
scientific equipment. So now that's a very bloody project because we can buy the instrument, we can buy the facilities, but the problem is we cannot buy the expert who will man the
Study.
laboratory.
Laboratory.
Why? The DNA machine alone. That's that instruments are microscope than they are. Imagine in the National Bureau of Investigation, there is only one ballistician nationwide. Gaya lang na siya, very, and just a medical legal expert, and it's seldom that you can hire this expert. In our crime lab, there is a limited one, limited. Imagine in one expert, they will service the whole region. Now, if we can have the city, mas maayo unta og maka put up ta our own laboratory. Because we do not rely anymore to NBI, crime lab, but we have to hire expert to run our laboratory. Okay, when you speak of forensic laboratory, it will not only involve one instrument. You have to now in the modern laboratory, it takes millions of pesos to secure. Not only the building is easy, the area, but the facilities. That's very it costs so much money. Pero okay lang if the city can afford. I appreciate that proposal,
Okay.
Madam Chair and my colleagues.
You mean to say, Councilor Roger, you're giving up?
No, I'm not giving up, but I'm just reminding
Okay.
of the
Let's be
of the cost
optimistic.
of establishment of
Okay.
the
So sayon kaayo ang mga gamit, for
mapalit,
sure.
mapalit.
Pero ang wala diha, ang atong
The problem
expert.
is who will run the laboratory. Oh, that's the problem.
Okay, thank you very much, Councilor Roger. Yes, Councilor Romeo Calizo. Pangita na lang sa Councilor Roger.
Yeah. Just one point. Well, probably that's the cost, Madam Chair, but SOCO says forensics is always an integral part in crime solution. So whether it be costly or it will be cheap, it is an integral part, and therefore it is required of any criminal investigation, Madam Chair. That's why they are proposing that, if possible, if Iligan City can afford, if Hingoog City can afford,
Yeah,
why not Cagayan de Oro City?
yeah.
So
Correct.
the expertise probably, well, it's now up to the police to train their personnel for this expertise.
Okay.
Medical legal, I don't know. But what they're asking is a space and probably the appropriate equipage for them to use, Madam Chair.
Okay. Thank you very much, Councilor Romeo Calizo. Councilor Roger, si Councilor Ayan Saha, then ikaw dayon. Councilor Ayan, you have the floor.
Nagproblema si Councilor Roger. Ako i-volunteer siya, Madam Presiding Officer, to supervise, considering that he manifested that he's the expert. This is his field of expertise. At any rate, but with a serious note to perhaps oversee
Yeah. Mhm.
the entire facility that maybe perhaps carried over by the proposal of Councilor General Romeo Calizo. Once implemented, Councilor Roger should be
A part.
someone at the helm. At any rate, Madam Presiding Officer, I join Councilor Calizo because personally I have a bias on science. And since forensic is a science, it's not a method that you tagna-tagnaize,
Yes.
but it's a method with a tool. It's a method with a developing and evolving approach of how things are solved, how things practically with a crisscross solution within the scenario, Madam Presiding Officer. That is why I am always 100%
Okay.
in this trust, Madam Presiding Officer, and I'm very happy that Councilor Calizo has introduced this measure. It may be difficult at a first stage, but if we have this facility, the police enforcement will be supported with the right tools. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Councilor Roger Abaday and Councilor Alam Lim. Yes.
If we talk about forensic, Madam Chair and my colleagues, this is a market of experts, composed of market of experts. Expert in blood, expert in chemicals, expert in photography expert in uh, sa investigation, no, king polygraphy, all sciences, it should be there, and it should be run by expert, not an ordinary personnel to handle the laboratory. So I welcome that if Cagayan de Oro can put up, because that is a good advantage, no, for us, especially in crime detection and investigation. So as I've said, that's very is it really need a cost to establish that laboratory. Mapalit ang sayon paliton, magawom sa syudad ang mga instrument, possibly probably atong mga but the problem is the hiring of experts to run the laboratory. I experienced that because I've been almost 30 years in handling the crime laboratory as a dean. We're very difficult to hire experts to teach and to handle the lamin ng fingerprinting, photography, chemistry,
Are you
chemical.
giving up again, Councilor Roger?
Yes, Madam Chair. That's why I support
Okay.
the
Let's not give up.
proposal of
Okay.
Councilor Calizo, and I
Okay.
pray that we can have
Everything will be in place once we have the office. Study lang maayo, ana. So let's be very optimistic, okay? Councilor, you will be one of those consultant when the time comes, di ba? Because you have the expertise, di ba? Yes, okay. Thank you. Councilor Alam Lim?
Madam Chair, I'm willing to support, no, but we just approved our budget for 2025. So I think first is throw it to the committee and recommended how much is the budget. Then by 2,000 new set of officers siguro, by 2026 we can set i-propose
Yes.
na to na.
Probably,
As of now,
yeah. Probably have a
first-
study on that,
study muna.
no? Para maplastar gid siya, no?
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Councilor Alam Lim. Yes, Majority Floor Leader, Attorney Edgar Cabanlas, you have the floor.
As a lawyer, I've been practicing law for the last 40 years. I mean, the courts cannot function with a forensic in solving crimes. So I think we have forensic here
Yeah.
in the city. Forensic is combination of sciences, but we have pathologists, doctors
Yeah,
here in
in
Cagayan de
hospital.
Oro. We have medical legal, lawyer, and at the same time medicine. We have medical technologists. I mean, we have, but maybe we don't have an office where they can be there together.
Yes, yes.
But to say that there is no existing or available forensic experts, how can these courts function if there are no expert testimonies coming from these
Correct.
experts? So,
Yes.
tingali ka na lang, pero wala diya. Nagingon na ni General Calizo, nagani dito sa Talisayan, no?
Iligan.
Iligan. So, that would be. So, Madam Chair, we proceed with the
Okay, sure. Okay, let's proceed.
business of the day, proposed resolution number 2024-845, returning to the Barangay Council. Turks, can we do pagaw-pagaw?
Diskurso, manggugkagot.
Omnibus na lang, 1 and 2. For omnibus approval, items 1 and 2. Item 1 is proposed resolution number 2024-845, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay Pagalungan, the city, its ordinance number 14, series of 2024, covering its annual budget for calendar year 2024 with an estimated income of 6,569,276 pesos. Item 2 is proposed resolution number 2024-846, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay number 11, the city, its ordinance number 2, series of 2024, covering its supplemental budget number 1 for calendar year 2024 with an estimated income of 38,417 pesos and 60 centavos, with the information that said ordinances are operative in their entirety.
Madam Chair, I may request that Councilor Yan Lam Lim be recognized.
Councilor Yan Lam Lim, you recognize.
Madam Chair, may hapon lang. Everything is in order. I move for the approval of resolution number 2024-845, 2024-846,
In a second. Objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Item 3, proposed resolution number 2020. A move to approve on second and final reading.
Second. Objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Item 3, proposed resolution 2024-847, returning to the barangay at to the Sangguniang Kabataan o Barangay 11, the city its resolution 2024-019, series of 2024, covering its supplemental budget number 1 for CY 2024 with an estimated income of 196,000, with the information that said resolution is operative in its entirety. May I request Councilor Kenneth Sakala be recognized, Madam Chair.
Councilor Kenneth Sakala, you recognize.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair, and move for the approval of the proposed resolution number 2024-847.
Second. Objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second and final reading.
Second. Objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Item 4, proposed resolution number 2024-848, accrediting the Lapasan Urban Poor Association, Inc. for purposes of its membership in the local special bodies pursuant to DILG Circular number 2022-803-083 and Article 64, Rule 8 of the Rules and Regulation implementing the 1991 Local Government Code, or funding its project from the city or other sources as required under COA Circular pertinent thereto, and for its membership in the Committee on People's Organization of the City Development Council pursuant to Ordinance number 14334-2022. May I request Councilor Ian Mark Nakaya to be recognized?
Councilor Ian Mark Nakaya, you recognize.
I move for its approval, Madam Presiding Officer.
Second. Objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second and final reading.
Second. Objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Omnibus motion 5A and B,
For omnibus approval, items 5A and B. Item 5A, proposed resolution number 2024-849, institutionalizing the use of the Incident Command System as an on-scene disaster response and management mechanism in Cagayan de Oro City, pursuant to the internal rules and regulations of Republic Act number 10121, otherwise known as the Philippine Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Act of 2010, per CDRRMC Resolution number 5-2024. Item 5B, proposed resolution number 2024-850, confirming the City Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council Resolution number 6-2024, covering the reorganization of the Barangay Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Plan Review Team.
May I request, Madam Chair, that Councilor Bernice Parcia be recognized?
Councilor Marben Esparza, you recognize.
Madam Presiding Officer, before I move the approval, I just want to manifest na dako gikaning tabang ng Incident Command System. And also, the reorganization of the Barangay Disaster Risk Reduction and Management, kwapo kini nga tabang labi na kanato diri sa Dakbayan sa Cagayan de Oro. Then so move, Madam Presiding Officer, on the resolution number 2024-849 and 2024-850.
Any second? Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second and final reading.
Second. Objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Item 6, proposed ordinance number 2024-582, authorizing the city accountant to charge the amount of 31,000 to the item non-office special program project Salamat Paalam Retirement City Incentive in the 2024 annual budget of the Human Resource Management Office, the city to cover payment of the claim for retirement gift incentive to Architect Maria Concepcion Alcantara, former Assistant Department Head 2 of the City Building Official, the city who retired from the public service on January 1, 2024. May I request Councilor Romeo Calizo be recognized?
Councilor Romeo Calizo, you recognize.
Madam Chair, move to approve proposed ordinance 2024-582.
Second. Objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second final reading.
Second. Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Proposed ordinance number 2024-583 appropriating the sum of 174,600 pesos from the Personal Services Terminal Leave Benefits earmarked for Mr. Cesar Baltazar, Market Supervisor 2 of the City Economic Enterprises and Business Development Administration in the 2024 annual budget to be made available for the payment of the terminal leave pay of the late Mr. Michael Feliciano, former Watchman 1 of said department, who passed away last September 22, 2023. May I request Councilor Yan Lamlim be recognized?
Councilor Yan Lamlim, you are recognized.
Everything is moved for the approval of ordinance number 2024-583.
Any second? Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second final reading.
Second. Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Number 8, proposed ordinance number 2024-584, authorizing the city accountant to charge a sum of 24,146 pesos and 50 centavos to the item non-office social services sector water expenses in the 2024 annual budget to cover payment of the unpaid water bill for the period August 18, 2023 to December 31, 2023 of the Cagayan de Oro Memorial Park, Ulonsuri, Barangay Kamamanan, the city. I move for its approval, Madam Chair.
Second. Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second final reading.
Second. Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Item
You
9.
let Sir Torts read a majority.
Okay,
Okay, mo lang
Torts,
napagaw na siya. Yes, okay.
For item 9, proposed ordinance number 2024-585, authorizing the city accountant to charge the sum of 6,952 pesos to the item maintenance and other operating expenses, other maintenance and operating expenses, OMOE, in the 2024 annual budget of the Office of the City Legal Officer, this city, to cover payment of the reimbursement expenses incurred by Attorney Chief Lionel Isaya Arbanyas, Attorney 4 of said office, during his travel to the city of Binyan, Laguna, to represent the city government of Cagayan de Oro in the civil case of Nestle Philippines Incorporated versus the city of Davao and the city of Cagayan de Oro, held last September 7, 2023.
Madam Chair, may I request Councilor Sakala be recognized? Kenneth.
Councilor Kenneth Sakala, you're recognized.
Move for the approval of the proposed ordinance number 2024-585.
Any second? Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second final reading.
Second. Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Clerks, item 10.
Item 10 is proposed ordinance number 2024-586, authorizing the Honorable City Mayor Lando A. Uy, representing the city government of Cagayan de Oro, to enter into and sign the Memorandum of Agreement with the Department of Education Regional Office 10, represented by Regional Director Arturo B. Bayucot, covering the transfer of funds in the amount of 2 million pesos from the calendar year 2024 Special Education Fund to the DepEd Regional Office 10 to cover expenses incurred during the 2024 Palarong Pambansa held in Cebu City last July 5 to 17, 2024, under the terms and conditions stipulated therein.
Madam Chair, may I request Councilor Suset Daba be recognized?
Councilor Suset Daba, you're recognized.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair and Majority Floor Leader. Move to approve proposed ordinance number 2024-586.
Any second? Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second and final reading.
Second. Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
For inclusion, Madam Chair, may I move to include in our agenda today items 11 to 15.
Any second? Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Clerks, item 11.
Item 11 is proposed ordinance number 2024-587, authorizing the Honorable City Mayor Lando A. Uy, representing the city government of Cagayan de Oro, to enter into and sign the Memorandum of Agreement with the Department of Social Welfare and Development, represented by Secretary Rixlon T. Gatchalian, covering the collaboration of the parties in the implementation of the programs, projects, and services through the latter's Technical Assistance and Resource Augmentation (TARA) program, under the terms and conditions stipulated therein. Certified urgent by City Mayor Lando A. Uy.
Madam Chair, may I request Councilor Girlie Balaba be recognized?
Councilor Girlie Balaba, you recognize.
Yes, thank you and good afternoon, Madam Chair. I move for the approval of proposed ordinance number 2024-587.
In a second. Objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second final reading.
Second. Objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Item 12, proposed resolution number 2024-852, declaring the month of October every year as Indigenous Peoples Month and October 24 every year as Indigenous Peoples Thanksgiving Day in the city of Cagayan de Oro in order to set aside a period for public awareness to the programs and projects given impetus within the observance thereof. May I request Councilor Dato Roberto Cabar.
Councilor Roberto Cabaring, you recognize.
May nga pon, Madam Chair,
Manghapon.
o sa atong mga kauban sa 20 City Council sa Cagayan de Oro o sa atong mga kaubanan po sa gallery. Proposed resolution number 2024-852. Move to approve.
Okay, any second? Any question? Okay, Councilor Girlie Balaba, there's this query or comment? Okay, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I fully support this celebration or observance of Indigenous Peoples Month or Indigenous Peoples Thanksgiving Day. But I just would like to ask our proponent why October 24 and why the month of October, when in fact Republic Act number 10689 already declared National Indigenous Peoples Day in the Philippines on August 9. So National Indigenous Peoples Month in October is a Philippine observance that aims to support and raise awareness of indigenous cultural communities. So, which is which. So, I don't know if do we need to localize this already? It's already a law. Should be localized, or if we need to localize it, do we have to identify the a specific reason why we...
Okay, we can listen to Councilor Roberto Cabaring. Yes, Councilor, you have the floor. Ngano karon Thanksgiving and hindi na i-celebrate?
Ang tinuod ani ang pagkamugna sa Ipralu, namugna nitong 1997 during sa October 29. So diha ang focus sa atong national agency nga diha gyud ang regular nga IP month sa mga IP.
Okay, so what is the pleasure of the House now? Yes, Councilor Majority Floor Leader Attorney Edgar Cabanlas.
Can we have a recommendation from the
recommendation
from the Office of the IPs? Commission. That's why we want to know the legal basis, because there might be a conflict of activities.
Do we have it video?
Do we have the proclamation number? So can we defer this for 1 week?
Yeah, okay. So okay, that's good. Yes. Councilor Roger Abaday, yes.
I think the wisdom of our proponent, our fellow councilor Dato, no? Basin gusto niya nga separate or localize ang pag celebration sa mga indigenous people, hindi lang sa Cagayan de Oro. Diba? Basig mo na iyang tinguha nga aside from national celebration, declared national, I want siguro to be recognized nga napoy iya dinhi sa o napoy ato dinhi sa Cagayan de Oro in the month of on the month of October. Basig mo na iyang gusto may tabo, Madam Chair and my colleagues.
Because there's already a national law. If you happen, ibalik to, Sir Torch. If you happen October 29 of every year as National Indigenous Peoples Thanksgiving Day. So stipulate diha, the National Commission Indigenous Peoples is having a month-long celebration. Ang 29 declared they're declared as National Indigenous Peoples Month, and proclamation number 486 declaring October 29 of every year as National Indigenous Peoples Thanksgiving Day. So klaro ang national nga law. October 29 na Councilor Roberto Cabaring sa national law. Ang ila. Sila permit sa local. So the local is every 24, October 24. So what do we do now? Yes, Councilor Bernice Parsia.
Just to add, Madam Presiding Officer, actually, nakita na namon na nga October gyud ang ano nila. Kanilang sa October 24 kay magsabay-sabay magulog celebration tanan. They want nga atoa Cagayan de Oro na sila on nila nga celebration on the 24th. Ana. Pero kaning koan, I think tama na ni kaning October as the month of for the IP month, okay na siya. I think ang kanina lang ang gusto nila nga sa 24 localize lang ilang celebration kay namagod sila yung celebration as a whole daw. Kaya
Okay.
daguman sila. So ang 24 ilang gusto nga for Cagayan de Oro gini siya, Madam Presiding Officer.
Okay. Yes, Majority Floor Leader, what is the pleasure of the House?
So I am withdrawing my motion to
So we
declare.
will approve.
So we will approve.
Yes, you raised your hand, Councilor Girly Balaba, yes?
Paano naman? October na yun.
No,
October.
national is October,
October na.
but then the local, yes. Okay, go ahead.
I don't know, kasi Republic Act 10689, August 9 is National Indigenous Peoples Day. October is National Indigenous Peoples Month. So we can probably declare October 24 as Higaunon Day to make it localized.
Okay, Majority Floor Leader, Attorney Edgar Cabanlas.
Let us declare October, the entire month of October as
Indigenous
as
Day.
Indigenous Month.
Yeah, man.
Indigenous Month ang the entire month of
October.
October. Dili. Ito sa balaod. Month, dili, day. Yes.
So that's
entire
okay,
month
resolution one.
is entire month is Indigenous
Yeah.
Peoples Month.
Yes.
Yeah,
24
Thanksgiving
and
Day
Thanksgiving.
is 24. Okay.
Okay. Sige. So, motion.
Seconded, Madam Chair.
Okay, seconded. Okay, any objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve, Madam Chair.
Any
Second
second?
final reading.
Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Item 13, proposed resolution number 2024-853, authorizing the Honorable City Mayor Rolando A. Uy, representing the city government of Cagayan de Oro, as authorized signatory to enroll in the Land Bank of the Philippines Institutional Internet Banking, We Access. Move for its approval, Madam Chair.
Any second? Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second final reading.
Any second? Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Item 14, proposed resolution number 2024-854, subject to styling, congratulating Miss Nikki Cabrera Mills, a chef from the Cagayan de Oro City, for being named as one of the Food and Wine's best new chef in the USA. Request Councilor Jirwa Pascual be recognized, Madam Chair. Wala. Siya may itong ano eh.
Asa si Councilor J? Councilor Suset?
Okay.
Sa Bukid Farmers? Okay.
Can we request Councilor Ibi Imano?
Okay, Councilor Ibi Imano, you recognize?
Babae man. Ako rin mo ito babae.
Good afternoon.
Taga-diin si Nikki.
Move for the
Sir,
approval of proposed resolution number 2024-854.
Any second? Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading
Second. Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
and last but not the least, proposed number 15, proposed ordinance number 2024-588, authorizing the Honorable City Mayor Orlando Ayoto, representing the city government of Cagayan de Oro, to enter into and sign the memorandum of agreement with the Department of Trade and Industry, Region 10, represented by its regional director, Roel B. Paclipan, covering the collaboration of the parties in the implementation of the makers, manufacturers, artists, artisans, designers exposition in CDO project under the terms and conditions stipulated therein. Moved by all members present and all members seconded.
Any second? Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
There being no other matters to take up, this
Second reading.
move to approve second final reading.
Any second?
There being no other
objection?
matters.
I hear none. Motion
Move
is
to
hereby
adjourn.
carried. Session adjourned. God bless us all. Ito pa ba?
Caroline. Ha? Oy.